Okay, so video number 2, we are looking at the slides here, and really all I need is just my slides and then my Google Docs page. So I really don't need these other pages right now, so I can just X out of those if I wanted to. But so I want to come back to my slides, and so slide 1 is just the title page. Slide 2 says, hello and welcome to our big sale project. You have been tasked with researching a delicious dessert of your choosing. Once you've picked a dessert, you will look up the recipe and share with the class. So we've already done part of that right now. Once you have a recipe or your recipe, you will need to go to the store and gather and buy the ingredients needed. Make sure to make a list of the items so you don't forget. All right, and so we'll do that on later slides, slide 4, slide 5, and so on. So it says you will then go shopping virtually at Kroger.com. And so if you wanted to, like, whenever you're ready, you'll click on the Kroger.com and it's going to pull up the link. So then if you click on this link, it's going to take you right to Kroger, and then you'll be able to kind of look up items. So I was already looking up sugar, and so I can see like all the sugar items that I have here, so I can look up how big they are, but then also like their price. Okay. And so you will add the items to your cart. So your cart really is going to be on slide 4 and 5. You're not actually going to go in. You're not going to create an account on Kroger, sign in, or anything like that. You're just using Kroger just to look up the items to see real life prices and realistic items that you would find at your local store. Okay, so really what you're doing is you'll just put them in these slides 4 and 5. Okay, it says that once you have all of your slides or all of your items, then you will need to pay for them. And so you only have $50 to spend. So you just want to make sure that you're buying smart. You don't want to buy things that are, if you have 2 items, like if you have sugar and one of them is $3, like if we go back here, one of them is like $3.19, but this one is $8. You might want to be a little smart and you might want to buy the one that's $3.19, right? And so you just want to look and make sure that you are getting things for a good deal. You want to look and see how big they are, so you want to make sure that you have enough for your recipe. But so what you'll do is you will spend your $50. You're going to record your total here on at the very end, at the very bottom where it says total, and then on slide 6 is where then you will write your total again, and then you'll do your subtraction to figure out what your change is. Okay, and so whatever change you have, you will be able to use that money during our classroom bake sale, where you guys will create where you will create your dessert in paper or cardboard or whatever it might be. We're going to be creative. But so you'll have extra money, and I have some fake money that we're going to use, so that will be really fun whenever we can do that. All right, so slide 3, this is your recipe card. It says click here to add the title of your recipe, so I'm going to double click it where it's all blue, and I'm going to write chocolate chip cookies. Okay, chocolate chip cookies. In this box, it says click here to add a list of your ingredients. So if you are going back to your documents here, you could go in and just copy and paste just the ingredients. Okay, so I can copy and paste my ingredients and then put it here. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you can resize it. But what you want to make sure is that it looks nice. Okay, it's not too big, not too small. It looks good. Like this looks like a really good size. So I'm going to kind of play with the settings here, and I'm going to set this up a little bit differently. So I might make my title a little bit bigger. So chocolate chip cookies. You can change the color of it. So I could change it to like a dark pink or whatever you want. Okay. So on this side, I have all of my ingredients. Okay. And then over here in this box, you're going to write your instructions. So same thing, you can go in and you can just copy and paste. That's fine. Okay. So copy, and then you're going to paste it in here. All right. Again, you want to make sure that it looks good, that it's not too big, not too small. So what I could do is I could kind of make my format a little bit bigger. And so now it looks like this here. Okay, I want these recipe cards to look really good because this is where we're going to be printing them from. So I want you to spend some extra time on the recipe card so that it looks really nice. So you can see that this recipe card looks really good. We've got my, I've got my my recipe here, my ingredients, and the steps of how to make my my recipe. And so this looks really nice. One last thing that you want to do is that when you pull your recipe in, I totally forgot to do this, but when you go to Google and you do, we were already at Google. When you go into the Google search and you do chocolate chip cookies, okay, let me go back. Then what you want to do is you want to copy and paste up here. So you want to copy and paste your link. And then when you go to your recipe card, you want to put it down at the bottom. So we want to go down and then we want to paste our link. And so what this does is it does give credit to the people that have created the recipe. And so that way somebody can go in and they can see, who created it and what it looked like and stuff. All right, so you can see sometimes it doesn't want to work. And that's okay. So sometimes we just have to undo what we've done just to make it look better. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to go in, copy and paste, and maybe I'll just paste it down here and see if it works that way. Nope. Okay, well, when we get to that point, I will help you and we'll figure all that out. All right, so then ingredients, this is where you're going to actually type. So in my ingredients, I'm going to put that I don't need to put that I need 1 cup of salted butter. I just need to put salted butter. So I'm going to type in salted butter. Okay, my next ingredient is granulated sugar. So I'm going to go in, granulated sugar. Okay, so I'm just making a list. I'm going to pull everything that's up here. I don't need all the measurements, okay? I just need the measurements when I make it. But when I go buy it, I can just put in my ingredients. Then I'm going to go to Kroger and look up, I'll look up salted butter. And I can see that there's a lot of different ones out there. I like this one because it's only $4.29. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to say that my price is $4.25. Okay. Now you might not need this next slide on number 5. That's just if your ingredients are really long. So I have 2 slides just in case, but if you fit everything in this first one, that's fine. Then you would just put your total down at the bottom and then you would know how much your total is. Okay. So we're just practicing adding decimals right now. And then when we get to slide 6, that's where we will subtract our total from $50. So anyway, have fun with this, guys. Hopefully you don't have too many questions, but I can definitely answer some of the questions that you might have whenever